Hello everyone. Today we'll be doing chemistry, class 8, chapter 4, metals and non-metals. Okay, in the previous classes, we have already learned about the physical and chemical changes in matter. And we have also learned that a substance that cannot be broken down further into simpler substances by a chemical reactions is called an element. Examples we have carbon, gold, and silver. When we look around us in our daily life, we have seen so many materials and objects. And these materials and objects, they have different properties. These are made up of elements. And in today's world, there are 118 elements till now. 92 of them are naturally occurring, and the rest are man-made, made by man in a laboratory. And these elements have different properties. Based on these properties, we can classify elements into metals and non-metals. Let's see this picture. Here we have a pencil, a group of pencils, and a screw. From here we can see that these pencils, they are soft and they are easily to break. The screws are very hard, they are shiny, and they are very strong. We can see that in these two pictures, they have different properties. And the first one is those pencils are non-metals, and the second one, they are metals. There are some elements which shows the properties of both metals and non-metals. They are called metalloids. There are also some elements which shows the properties of both metals and non-metals. When we say the properties of metals and non-metals, we know that metals are hard, they conduct electricity, they have high melting point, while non-metals, they are soft, low melting point. But there are some elements which show the properties of both metals and non-metals, and those elements are called as metalloids. Metals and non-metals have different properties. Like I said before, metals, they may have high melting point, boiling point, they can be hard, they conduct electricity, and while on the other hand, non-metals, they may not conduct electricity, they are soft, and these metals and non-metals, they react with each other to make compounds. When we say compounds, like for example water or carbon dioxide. Let's see the physical properties of metals and non-metals. First, we have the state of metal. When we say the state of metals, in the previous classes we have already learned about matter, M-A-T-T-E-R, matter, and we know that this matter, they are in three states: solid, liquid, and gases. And these metals, and now let's see for metals and non-metals, they also have a different state. Now let's see for metals. Metals are solid at room temperature, that is 25 degrees Celsius. Most metals like iron, copper, aluminum, gold, they are solid in room temperature. But mercury is a metal, but it is liquid in room temperature, that is 25 degrees Celsius. And for the non-metals, these non-metals are found in three states, that is solid, liquid, and gases. And non-metals like carbon, sulfur, and phosphorus, they are solid. But non-metals like oxygen, nitrogen, and chlorine, they are in gaseous state. Among non-metals also, bromine. This is a non-metal, bromine. It exists in liquid state again, in a room temperature. Right. Now let's see this picture. This is a mercury. It is a metal. It is liquid in room temperature. Right. Now let's see for hardness. We can see that metals and non-metals, they have different properties. Now let's see for this hardness. Metals are generally hard. When we say metals are generally hard, most of the metals like aluminum, silver, copper, gold, etc., they are very hard. And because of this hardness, because of these properties, they can be used for making different things. For non-metals, they are soft. They are generally soft, except diamond. Diamond is a non-metal, a carbon, but it is very hard. Except diamond, non-metals are soft. Now let's see the strength. Metals have high tensile strength, that is, they are very strong and can bear large weights without breaking. They are used in construction of buildings. We know that metals are generally hard. So some metals like iron, they are used for construction of buildings, bridge, and so many things that we use today. They cannot be broken down very easily. When a large weight is put upon them, they can hold their weight. And that is why iron is very useful. And other metals also, they have very high tensile strength. Because of that, we use metals to build very strong objects and buildings. And for the non-metals have low tensile strength and they break easily. Now for your assignments, I want you to write the answer for these three questions. Question number 1, define an element. And question number 2, how many elements are there? Question number 3, how are elements classified based on their properties? Okay, thank you.